What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to Gibraltar United. So here we are now at the end of the season and let's jump into this. So in terms of competitions, we won everything that we were meant to win. Of course we didn't win the Champions League, Europa League, but we won everything else. In the end I decided I do want to win the Rock Cup. If I go into my schedules, we did actually play Cannons in the final and we won it 7-0. And I said I might let them win it. And in the end I got there and I was like, I can't really give up this money. I mean, you could say I get way more money than I really need in the Champions League and stuff with the, the group stage money. But still, I picked up around 700 odd K for winning that match. And yes, it'll do wonders for Cannons. They're a League 2 team. It'll do brilliant for them. More money than they'll probably ever need in their history. But then again, I could use all the money I could get as well, in the counter argument. So in the end, I decided I would win it. And if we go on to the, if we look at the fixtures here, following Ajax, we went on a pretty incredible streak, beating Lynx 5-0 in the massive game with Sonogo getting a hat-trick. We then beat College Pegasus 6-2, smashing Britannia 8-0 in the Rock Cup semi-final. We then beat Lions 11-0 in the league. As you can see, another 11-0 victory, with Sonogo getting 3, a very late hat-trick. Also, Van Concelos getting a hat-trick in the 79th minute. He was able to step up and take a penalty to earn him that hat-trick. And, a few other goal scorers as well. We won 8-0 against Glasses United in the final day of the season, in which we were at home. I realise you can't see the attendances here. I need to sort that out. But again, Sidibe got 2. I got 3, sorry, and Sonogo got 2 in another great affair. Let me go on to the fixtures again. Where can I get up the attendance? What happened to the attendances? There you go, you can see the attendances here. I need to sort out a screen where you can see more of the information. But as you can see, on the last day of the league season, we had 4,882 people turn up. That is a record attendance in the league, beating our attendance I think we achieved last year. And also, we had a fans day on, I believe, the College Pegasus match, in which you had a bumper crowd of 3,566. Now, I say bumper crowd, and you look at the previous game, and we saw that we got more. But if we look throughout the season and we look focused just on the home games, you'll notice that against what I would call the smaller teams in the league, we only averaged around, the top 3,000s and stuff. So, whatever, we had a fans day. The board said it was successful, so hopefully we'll see an increase in attendances yet again in the league matches, which is always good. I do want to build a new stadium, which is sort of why, again, I return to the Rock Cup final, why I want to win them all, because in the future I may need to build my new stadium, and I need all the money I can get now to cover any future costs or losses that I make in the future. But yeah, it was another good year for us. We struggled in the league a little bit to sort of cope with the amount of games, but hopefully over the summer I'm looking to try to sign a few youngsters with a bit of potential who also have good current ability, who I can put in the league matches and they can put in really good performances. So that's all I want to talk about here. In terms of, I want to talk about a few player stats because Sonogo was an absolute beast in the league this year. I pointed it out last time. He played 8 games this season, the same he played last year. He scored 22 league goals with a 9.66 average match rating. Wow. That was the only player I really wanted to point out. Elsewhere, you can see a few of the key stats there. Those are the only key stats, in my opinion, that really matter. Something I've not really looked at, and never really looked at, is sort of a few team stats. So let's have a look. So average attendance wise, look at that. Some good crowds here. We've pulled in almost 4,000 a game. Lincoln Gibraltar pull in again nearly 4,000, just a few hundred less than us. Man 62 of a good crowd. Overall, we're filling a fifth of our stadium in all the games, which for the top division anyway, which is really encouraging. And for salary per annum will do. As you can see, obviously, we're miles ahead of anyone else in terms of wage being spent. Lincoln as well, quite a bit ahead of the other teams. They did end up finishing second. Lynx threw it away in the end. They collapsed. They couldn't really handle the pressure and ended up finishing third. So, they're in the Europa League. They've been consistently in the Europa League now for the past, I believe, decade. So, it's good to see that, they're, in terms of salary, they're taking a step up, and hopefully they'll become a bit more competitive in their tournament. I don't know how they did actually in the Europa League last season. I think they lost in the first round. They did to Copper. In fact, I think all 3 teams lost. I vaguely remember looking at it. So yeah, it's not been good there. But they're good, a decent salary per annum, and of course there are no sellouts. So yeah, let's talk about how the league has grown, because it actually has grown quite a bit. We now are the 67th best league. No, not 67th. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. We're now the 65th best league in Europe, going increasing 11 positions in the rankings. And as you can see, look at a few teams around us. Scottish League One, the Spanish, I believe that's the third tier, is it not? The Segunda Division B. Actually, it might not be. I don't know what this is. Yeah, this is Group 4. So yeah, there's the third tier. So it's a few decent leagues around us. League 2, as you can see just ahead, very nearly a 2-star reputed league actually overall. We've got the Finnish division ahead of us, the Veikkausliiga. I don't have a clue, but we've got that ahead of us. We've got a few first top tier divisions ahead of us, so that should be be good to see getting ahead of them. But yeah, overall it's just really nice to have the league be above a few people. How the cups do? I've not actually looked at cups, and I rarely look at cups because they're not really important, but we're pulling a lot of money, so it must be a good cup. And in fact, the Rock Cup is the 55th best cup in Europe, ahead of Finland's Suomen Cup, which is actually sort of their equivalent of the FA Cup. It's the top competition in Finland. The Johnston Paint Trophy is there. I can't recognise, and I don't really recognise any other ones. Sorry, a lot of these European ones I don't really know too much about. But yeah, in terms of our cup, the Rock Cup is almost again a 2-star cup, so that'd be it'll just add a little bit more prestige when it comes to win it. And how's the other cup competition? Because of course the Premier one is not very highly rated. As you can see, it's 142nd best cup to win in the world, in Europe. Sorry, so it's about equivalent to the FA Trophy in bloody Malta. So it's not really rated highly. In fact, the Pepe Reyes Cup is almost rated equally as good as it. Am I on the right thing? Am I in the right ranking positions? Yeah, look, it's more important to win the Pepe Reyes Cup than it is to win the Premier Cup. I'm surprised at that. But yeah, things are growing, and that's really good. As a club, reputation-wise, we're still 1.5 star. That could grow to 2-star. But for now, right now, at this current moment in time, the current moment I'm looking at this, we are still a 1.5 star reputed team. Financially, of course, we're not going to be on that top list. But coefficient points-wise, we are now the... where are we first before I go and say a number? Wait, where are we? There we go. We're now the 83rd. I thought it was 60 something. We're now the 83rd best team in Europe according to coefficient points. We have 26 coefficient points, which should hopefully make us a seeded team for maybe the second and third qualifying phase. Not too sure about the playoffs, but it should make us a seeded team. And hell, that might even make us a seeded team in the group stages. I'm definitely not too sure on that one. I think that one's a bit of a long shot. But yeah, it should maybe get an easier progression through to the group stages, which is great. And again, just to be ranked as high we are, top 100 clubs in Europe now. Mind-blowing, really. And let's have a look at some of the teams we're above. Real Sociedad, Victoria Plzen, Dinamo, Reading are there. A lot of English teams are below us now. So, Dinapor, Olympiacos. Apparently we're a better team than Olympiacos. Wow. So, last year in Europe was our best year in Europe, obviously, by far. We achieved some great things, and it's good to see that the club has grown from that. Qualification places, that has not changed. We still get one team entering the second qualifying phase, 3 teams entering the first qualifying phase. And as you can see, the next sort of level for qualification places is 24th. So still a little bit off there, but I don't think it matters. It won't. Whatever, it's not. The next time we'll see a benefit is 15th, where we can maybe enter the third qualifying phase as well as another team entering the Champions League as well. So, we're a little bit off from seeing a benefit directly ourselves, but it would be nice to get a few teams maybe in the second qualifying phase and stuff like that. So, I believe that. Why is the E not showing up? But yeah, I believe that's all I want to talk about in terms of growth and things. So let's talk about the club a little bit. For finances, we'll go into 16 million in the bank. I didn't pick up TV money this year for some reason in the Champions League. Last time when I got knocked out of the Champions League group stages, I picked up about 4 million at the end of the season due to TV money. I didn't get that this time around. I don't know whether it was because we were knocked out into the Europa League or what, but I didn't get it. But either way, you know, whatever. We still got a lot of money in the bank. As a board, we are relaying the pitch at Victoria Stadium. I don't think anyone has done that for a long time, or even sure, but I decided to do it myself. And also, we're improving our training facilities yet again. I did ask for youth, but they said they weren't going to accept it. And you know my sort of stance on youth. I don't think it's going to do anything here because we don't technically have a youth squad. So I'm not really too inclined to push them too hard to try and give it to me. But yeah, about 1.8 million or so is being spent on training facilities to improve it, which is beneficial. So yeah, that's backroom stuff. Nothing else has happened there. So let's go into transfers because a little bit of action has occurred. So nothing on the outs yet, but we have a few people coming into the squad, which I think I'm going to talk about in this episode. So the first guy is David Britton, 18 years old, Irish centre-back / right-back / centre-mid, but predominantly a centre-back. Has not played too badly for Wexford Youths. And overall, I've just signed him because, again, I wanted to sort of focus on picking up players from 18 or younger, developing them at the side, and then, you know, doing whatever with them, and hopefully one day making them eligible to play for the Gibraltar national team. So, not exactly the best ability, as you can see, but a bit of potential in him. And something with our youth players is, even in this youth intake, we didn't get anyone recognisable, no one with 1-star potential for my senior squad. Even though this guy hasn't got great current ability, he's got potential better than any of the youth players in our team. So that's going to put him up the pecking order, in my opinion. He's going to, you know, definitely going to feature in a few league games next year. So that's David Britton. Musa Fufana, sorry, is next. 18-year-old Ivorian goalkeeper. Coming in from the Ivory Coast League, is that what division? I think it's the second tier. Plays pretty well for them, you know, played pretty well in their league. Out of contract, and I was like, again, the same principle applies. Not exactly the best current ability, but potential-wise, he's got a little bit of something about him, something the other players that are in our team don't currently have. So, you know, he'll come in, feature in a few league games, and hopefully in the future, like I say, maybe featuring for the national team. And also Tom Higgins, who is currently here on trial. He will be signing momentarily. His contracts, everything's accepted and stuff. I've just got to put that final accept in, and he'll be joining. So yeah, Tom Higgins, former Rangers trainee, only actually played once for them. Not, I was going to say never played for them. Well, actually played twice because he played in the cup as well. But yeah, Tom Higgins, not a bad striker. Again, 19 years of age, got a bit of potential in him. So I decided, yeah, you know what, he'll do as backup. And as well this season, we've got Rod Austin and Benjamin Saidi both leaving the side, so we could do with a little bit of cover. So signing this guy very quickly, as soon as the transfer window opens, he'll be here. So that obviously benefits us. But yeah, let's talk about who's leaving the side. So Amofa is leaving. He wants to leave. He is leaving. Fran Benitez is leaving. I've decided he's no longer good enough, and I want him to leave the side. Saidi and Austin as well are both leaving. So 4 people are departing the side on free transfers, but I think I'm going to have to offer a lot more people new contracts. And the reason for that is because with our club being now elevated to quite good coefficient point rankings, the league growing and things like that, and I think the club's also going to grow, values have now been increased. Because as a small club, your values are limited based on the team you are currently at. Due to these increases and stuff, now values have increased. And the reason I need to say I need to sign new contracts is because I believe a few of these guys have minimum fee release clauses. I would need to find one, but I believe people like, I thought Sidibe had one. I think Sonogo might have one. He has a relegation release clause, which of course is fine. If you can have a relegation release clause, put one in there because it lowers their wage demand. And if you don't think you can get relegated, you're lowering their wage demand for free, pretty much. There you go. Minimum fee release clause for foreign clubs, £18,000. Musta. He is valued at £195,000. Clubs from abroad are going to look at that and say that's a deal they want to get in with, because they know that his value is a lot more than you know, their minimum bid that I have to accept. So I'm going to have to offer these guys new deals. I'm going to have to try and remove them clauses and stuff, sort that stuff out. That will probably force the wage budget up, which is a little bit of a pain, but you know, you got to do what you got to do to try and keep your squad together. And in terms of transfers as well, I'm focusing currently on trying to sign a right back. Now, there's one guy I'm currently very interested in, and it's Francois Rudat, I believe it is. 30 years old. Where is he from? What country is that? Ethiopia. Plays for Lens, has played in the Liga 1 pretty much all his career. Not exactly incredible there, but this guy looks really good. He's experienced. He's got some great stats on him. And plus he can play anywhere across the back. I think this is a guy I really want to sign. I would have to spend quite a lot on wages to get him, but what I'm hoping is he'll be released at the end of the season from Lens. Once he's without a club, then we'll try and get in there, try and get a deal in, and maybe his wage demand will be lowered by then. I don't know, but yeah, I would really love to sign this guy. There are a lot of right backs I'd kind of like to sign, so, you know, I'm just keeping my options open for now. I'm sort of looking at free transfers and stuff. As you can see, there are a few names on there you'll probably recognise: Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Kevin Volland. They're currently out of my price range. I can't offer the wage they want. But, yeah, I'm keeping, like I said, I'm currently looking to see what I can get. Let's actually have a look at Isla Brown. Is he wanted by anyone? He's not. See, we lack the financial capability. We have a lot of a transfer budget, and this year I'm thinking if I can, I might start spending my transfer budget, sorry, to try and sign a few good youngsters with the potential to become the next best things in the world. Because if I can get a youngster now with 4.5, 5-star potential, they could be up to Sidibe's level, and this is a great player, Sidibe. You know, this is a good player for most European teams. Now we're sort of looking to sign these, you know, people with 4-star reputation, 4-star current abilities, are probably good enough for Champions League group stages. So now, if I can sign youngsters with that potential, you know, I can, you know, solve a problem in a way. I can get them trained at the club and also have the really good players with me. So I am going to try and maybe spend a little money this summer. I'm not going to promise anything. I'm not going to force anything. But if I can find some good youngsters out there, Brazilians, wherever, you know, Brazilian Croats, wherever there are good youth being produced, that I have scouted, I'll try and sign them, because the wage budget right now can't accommodate already established stars. But if I can sign the youngsters, develop them myself, maybe in 2-3 years' time, I can have a squad of absolutely brilliant up-and-coming players that can really become a force in Europe. That would be great. So, I don't think there's anything else I really want to talk about. I guess we'll have a look at the match stats. I mean, some stats here, but I mean, there's nothing I really feel like I personally need to go in depth with. Something I haven't done, actually, is looked at Gibraltar as a nation. So, we'll have a look at them. I don't know when the last time I saw you, but I looked at this very recently, and I saw that they beat Latvia 3-1 last year, which was a good achievement, you know, winning in a tournament, qualification phase, whatever. But yeah, they're still not doing particularly well, and I've actually looked at their national team, as in the players they have in the squad selection, and there are some shocking players in there, absolutely shocking, which is again why I want to try and sign 18-year-olds that maybe won't ever become incredible players for me, but if they can be bit part players for 5 years, that'll make them eligible for this national team, and then they can become absolute beasts for the national team. For example, Amari has now played 9 times for the national team, because and you know, I want to keep Amari at this in terms of Gibraltar United. I want to keep him here for as long as I can, because he's probably one of the best players Gibraltar will be given in a very long time. And you know, if we can do anything now to sort of benefit them, I will try and make that happen. For example, Stockbridge was offered a new deal this year. Ben Bradbury was offered a new deal this year. Who else was offered a new deal? Nathan Tyler was offered a new deal this year, our backup goalkeeper. And these are people who also play for the national team. So I am trying to do things now, trying to keep players on at my club, give them full-time contracts, you know, train them full-time, hopefully see their current abilities grow. Maybe not to incredible levels, but at least to a decent level in comparison to the other players in the league. You know, I'm going to try and do my bit. But yeah, this is going to be it for now, guys. I honestly don't think there's anything else to talk about. Actually, no, this isn't it. What am I on about? I'll meet you guys back in a second. Sorry, I'm used to just, I thought I was going to end it. But yeah, I'll meet you guys back in a second for the Champions League draw, which hopefully, you know, like I said, with our new coefficient points, we should be a seeded team. So hopefully it'll be a good one. Hopefully it'll be an easy squad. Alright, guys, so we have the draw. And I say we have the draw, well, we technically don't. We've been given a team entering the first qualifying phase. So we've definitely been given an easier draw, which is what I predicted. Now also as well, I got a job offer. I've talked about job offers in the past. This year actually, at the end of the season, I was actually offered my first ever Premier League and English Premier League job. I was offered to manage Watford, who had just been relegated from the Prem. Of course I turned it down because, you know, Gibraltar United is where my loyalty lies. But let's have a look at the two teams. So we could get the team from Malta, semi-pro team, 1-star reputation. Not play the team from Malta, obviously, in a while. Or we could play Libertas, who are a San Marinan San Marino? A team from San Marino. Whatever. Obviously, I think we're going to get the team from Malta, and I'd love to go back there and whoop a team from Malta. I've not done it in so many years. In fact, how many years has it been since I actually played a team from Malta? Naxar. Where are Naxar from? They are Malta. So, yeah. It's been, what year are we in? 2023. So, it's been about, it's going to be 4 seasons, pretty much 3 full seasons since we last played the team from Malta. So that's, it's going to be nice to go back there and win. It's always nice going there because it's normally an easy victory. So yeah, next time I meet you back, will be the 2 games against whoever we get. I'm not fussed either way. I know it's going to be quite an easy win. So until then, guys, peace out.